All right. Are you ready?
Ready, ready.
All right. Three, two, one.
You're outnumbered, you're outnumbered. They're threatened by what makes us unique. I see it everywhere. You're outnumbered, you're outnumbered. Now is the time for action. I see it everywhere. You're outnumbered, you're outnumbered. We're too busy fighting each other. I see it everywhere. You're outnumbered, you're outnumbered.
Welcome to season 3 of Who's This with Ashley Sanders. As you can see to my left or your right, whatever side, that I have the matron of podcasting here, the woman whose butt that I kiss relentlessly, and I beg her, I say, Lynn, please remind me, because she is one of the heads, the figurehead of Mile High Radio, the place where you can find sports, you can find comedy, you can find me, you can find Dave, you can find Lynn, you can find every podcaster in our network there, because she has made it happen. Her name is Lynn. It's not Line like it says. We've all made the mistake, but don't do it twice. Lynn, how are you?
Awesome. Wow, what an intro. Holy crap. That's awesome. Doing good.
Good.
Yeah.
How is Canada?
Not too bad. Where I am, it's not freezing, although I am, and I'm sick of it, and I don't belong here.
You don't. America needs you. We need you as president.
Yeah, no. I don't want that job.
That's right.
I like doing what I'm doing.
Do you enjoy what do you do? Because it seems like you do everything. So what do you do?
Well, right now I'm pretty much running Mile High Radio, which is internet-based radio station. So we have talk and music. So music ranges from country to the 80s classic dance, freestyle, 90s music. And the talk is there's either sports or like Your Awesome Show and Appalachian Pie and Ron Real Live and all the different shows from Hollow 9 Network. We cover everything. There's comedy, Vinny and the Aliens, all kinds of great shows. So really it's what I do there is I do programming. So I fit shows in. I look for really quality programming so that we can bring on some great people, and we've got new people that are going to be launching soon, to really experienced people, and to work together, because everybody can learn something. So I do that, and I train new hosts that come on that want some consulting, and I help them launch so they can build their audience before they even launch, because that is so important. And I do consulting with podcasters to help them feel confident to do a show the way they want, not the way people tell them they should do a show. So I spend a lot of time brainstorming with them and who are they and what do they like and what's their vibe, and let's put that out there. Let's uncover your voice and get it the hell out there.
Yes. I'm pumped. I already want to work with you more than I already do. So where does this start? How do you even begin to become the mother of all podcasters? How do you begin that?
Oh, friggin' hell. I did not set out to do this at all. And, that just goes to show you have to be open to whatever's going to happen. I started in a couple of months. It'll be 9 years ago I started. And it was really to promote my coaching practice. I had just finished becoming a certified life and spiritual coach. And I thought, well, I had a business coach and he had a radio show, an internet-based radio show. And I thought, holy cow, really? I didn't know anybody. I hadn't even heard the word podcasting. And he's like, yeah, you can do it too. And I thought, well, shit, this is a good way to, get the word out about what I do. So had no clue. I mean, there was nobody that did this. There was nothing I could learn from. So I thought, okay, well, I'm going to do the best I can and look to people that I admired that you see on TV and late night hosts and Barbara Walters and, all those iconic people. And so I started doing it. No clue how much I would love it, how much it would get in my bones. And I did it for a year and a half, took a break, got a little burnt out with scheduling and between clients and then the show. And I thought, oh my God, I got to get back to it. Like, this is just awesome. The people I'm meeting and talking, because for as long as I can remember, I always got teased about how much I talked.
Me too. Relentlessly made fun of.
Yeah.
Because I talk. I'm sorry that I like to talk. It's not my fault.
Exactly, right? And so I wish I'd thought of broadcasting as a career way back when I graduated, but I didn't. It all happens for a reason, I guess. And I just kept doing it. And I was part of a network, and I liked that mostly, but some things I didn't. So I kept doing my thing, and then I met somebody who had an internet radio station. And so back in 2015, I launched a network of hosts. I'd learned so much, and I thought, I want to help other people do this because this is so amazing. I think everybody should be doing it. I launched a network and worked with those hosts, and all our shows were broadcast on this internet radio station. The following year, I became a partner in the station, which was going to shut down, but I, encouraged, come on, let's do this. So we did that, got it back going, and got it up and running and very profitable, and sold that at the end of 2016. And then near the end of 2016, really bad business, screwed over stuff, a lot of things. Just 2016 was a bad year. My mom passed away, 2 friends passed away, I got screwed over in business, I lost my radio show, and so I ended 2016 going, what am I going to do? Well, I know one thing I'm going to do is I'm sticking to podcasting. I don't know where I'm going to do it. I don't know how I'm going to do it. And it became more of what I did. And so, and I thought I was just like hanging on like this to coaching because that's where I started, and I thought that's where I should be. And CJ, who saved my life in 2017, said, you know what, you have to, that's just not the way it's going. And you, who you are, needs to emerge.
Boom.
And I was like, shit. Yes. Yes. And that just changed everything for me. And he has been so many things for me. And you know what? If you know what you want to do, you may not know how. And I really learned that last year. Forget the how. Screw the how. Just do what you love and keep doing it and get as good as you can. and opportunities will come along. And I finally dumped the perfectionist thing. I finally dumped all that stuff, and I started making calls at the end of 2016, beginning of 2017, just getting information. I didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't know what my show was going to be like, but I knew I was going to do one. Bam, Grit and Grace.
I love Grit and Grace too. Grit and Grace is
And,
awesome.
you know, I had known CJ, and we just kind of were watching what the other was doing, and we just connected really well. It's amazing through social media, as limited as it is and as one-dimensional as it is, that you can pick up the vibe of somebody, that you can connect with people. Yep. And you wouldn't think you can do that, but you can. If people are really good at being who they are and themselves, you can feel that. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So we kind of connected, watching what each other was doing. We had a conversation. He brought it up. Let's talk. I feel like we need to work together. And so that's what we did. And then also around the same time, shortly after Grit and Grace, the owner of Mile High Radio, Bobby Guarente, got in touch with me. We had been talking a little bit before. He knew what I had done with a different radio station. And the opportunity just came along. Like, I need you to run this for me. I need you to do this because I know what you did before. So if you just keep doing what you did, let's do it. So, and that is just even above what I was doing before. So just keep doing what you love. Just keep it real.
I'm trying to do what I love, and I am doing what I love, not trying. And you have touched, millions and millions of fans, obviously, but you've also really encouraged us as Mile High hosts to really put themselves out there. I need a show. Number one, you're holding us accountable. So we all have to keep our shows organized, and I've showed you how organized my shows are. And then you've kind of put your foot in our butts to where you're saying, listen, I'm not going to chase you down, but you need to have your shows in. And you've really been that mother that a lot of us kind of need, because we're not, 9 years ago, I was, 14? So the last thing on my mind was podcasting. This is my first full year into it, and I needed someone to really, not hold my hand, but just give me that, hey, you're doing okay, here's the next step. And you really, really are the person who kind of did that for me, whether you know it or not. You're the person who got me organized. You're the person who I was like, oh shit, my show might be good because here's this strange lady from Canada saying, hey, we have a slot for you on Mile High Radio. And I was like, well, damn, let me get an autograph stamp.
Well, I watched what's going on, and I'm always watching what's going on. I live, breathe, eat, sleep podcasting.
It's creepy.
And so I watch what's going on and what's coming out and what attracts people. And I watch how people consume it. And it just really is my life. But just you wait. Just you wait. I got a lot more coming out.
I'm terrified.
And I'm gonna be giving up some more info and sharing some more stuff. I want to see you guys. I want to see people get into podcasting and be compensated some way. And a lot of people will get into it. If people come to me, a lot of them, the first question, because it's so out there now, is because when I started, it was, my idea wasn't to make money, but you absolutely can benefit from it. And I want to see people do that, because there's a lot that goes into it, and it doesn't have to be difficult, or it can be super difficult. But I really, because I've done it so many different ways, my focus became, when I took over Mile High, was let's make it easy. Let's lower the barrier of entry for people, because this is a fantastic medium. And the platform can bring you huge rewards. So I'm going to start sharing a lot more information that's coming out with the hosts and in general, but definitely with the hosts, because, I love you guys because you're closer to me. So I'm going to share some, other information and ways that you can benefit. And if people think I'm going to start a podcast, I'm going to make money, and a lot of them, it's their first question, and they come to me for consulting, is how can I make money? Well, you can make money a lot of different ways, but it's not directly necessarily. That's the hardest way. But indirectly, there's a lot of things that can come to you, and I want to share that.
What if someone says, I want to start a podcast, I have a microphone and an idea, but I don't know where to go? Where do you teach them hosting? Do you show them all that step-by-step goodness? You go through the whole jam? Because the hardest part for me was finding a place to host. I had no clue what I was doing. And so I went on Spreaker and I got okay for that. And it was just, I have a microphone, I have an idea, I got a couple words to share. Where do I go now? So what is your advice to someone who's like, what's next?
So I definitely run through that with people. You need a home for your podcast, definitely. So for you went to Spreaker. For a lot of people, they go to Libsyn or Podbean or things like that, SoundCloud. We use Pippa. Love Pippa. They have a little ways to go. They're fairly new, but I do like Pippa. They're user friendly. So your podcast needs a home. That's what you need to find first. Then you need to figure out a way to record. Some people like to use Skype. Skype was good. Skype sucks now. I don't recommend Skype. There's a lot of great new things that are coming out. A lot of people are using Zoom now. You're using Zoom. We use Zoom at Grit and Grace. There's a lot of podcasters using Zoom. It's really, really good. Another really good one is Zencaster. It's another really good one. Easy recording. And then you need a way to record so that you can then download your MP3. It doesn't have to be super fancy. A lot of people, will have an intro and outro. If you can't do that yet, no problem. You can go to Fiverr and get someone really cheap for $20 to do an awesome intro and outro with music voiceover for you. As long as you have a home for your podcast, you have a way to record, and you've got your podcast. You don't have to go crazy on editing if you don't want to. Audacity is a free tool that you can use for that. So you can do your editing that way. And then you upload your finished product to your home, which is Libsyn or one of those places that you want to keep it. And why you need a home for your podcast is you need an RSS feed, because that is what then when you want to get on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, all of those different major distribution sites. And that's the basics. But I do have a free PDF for anybody who's interested if they want to get in touch with me. I have that all set out step by step, all the different things that you need. I give different choices for different ones because I've tried different ones, and these are the ones that I think are good. I do offer some things, basic tech, basic mic, all of that. If you have that, that's really what you need. So if people want to get in touch with me, they can contact me. And I'll send out the link.
Hell, I might need that PDF. I'm not, now that I think about it, I didn't know there was see, look at this. I learn stuff new every day. I'm a year late, but I'm still going to get that PDF. No joke. I'm sure you couldn't imagine being a mother to all of us degenerates at Mile High and the Terra Firma Artist Union. How do you know who is your audience and who isn't? How do you pick those people? How do you say, okay, because I know you look for very, very, obviously look for awesome shows, but when it's right, it's right. You know what I mean? So how do you know when it's right? Is it like a feeling, or is there like a checklist?
For bringing shows onto the station?
Yeah.
I look at the engagement that those people get. I don't necessarily look at numbers. That's one thing that drives me around the bend. People get really caught up in numbers, and because ego, right? Like the ego, wow, look at my numbers. Holy, I'm hot stuff. And okay, I mean, definitely if you're looking towards getting sponsorship and advertisers, numbers definitely play a part in that. But the bigger game is the engagement that you get from people. Now, with Grit and Grace, now that I've done lots of different shows. Holy crap, that show is different in every way I can imagine. How people are consuming it, how people engage, the numbers, like everything is different. But we both did a lot of things differently starting out this show. But I look at the engagement that people get. Like, I'll watch people's shows, and if they do lives, if they start out as doing lives or videos, I watch the comments, right? I see the engagements that's happening. I see how much people engage. I see whether the host engages back, because I see a lot of people that will put videos and things out there, and people will comment, and that person does not answer back those comments.
It's like I know exactly what you're talking about. There's 1,000 comments like, "Hey, what's your favorite color?" And the coach just keeps talking and keeps talking. It's like, well, everybody wants to know your favorite color. Are you gonna go ahead and?
But even afterwards, right? Because a lot of times you can't get to everything if you're doing a live. But CJ and I will both go back afterwards, and if we didn't, or expand on, or I mean, those people are there to watch you. Take care of those people. Engage, answer their questions. If you can't answer it live, which sometimes you can't because it just will throw you off. But so I look at that engagement, and how does the host take care of their audience and show appreciation and be of service and answer their questions. So that is something I really look at, is engagement, definitely. And how often do they promote? Because I can say that's the number one mistake I see. 90% of hosts don't promote much. And you should be talking about your show in one way or another every day.
Every day?
Every day you should be promoting your show, because our attention spans are so short and small that, and don't be thinking that we're such hot shit that people are running to their calendars to write down your show day and time.
Thank you. You're not that important. See, and this is why I wanted you on here, because I know there are people who are watching who want to start a podcast. I mean, I see hundreds of posts every day looking to start a podcast, have no idea where to start. What do I do? Can I make money? And I'm like, all right, let's get somebody on here who knows what the fuck they're talking about. Because people will say, hey, here's what you got to do. And they give them some terrible information, and then they give up. People give up because it seems too difficult. And I know that you would just kind of put it there blankly or easily for people to understand, easily for them to consume. And that's, that's what I look for in a guest. I look for somebody who's smart and someone who's innovative, and grit and grace, by the way. Innovative as shit. I gotta tell you. You guys did the 6 traits of humans or something?
6 human needs.
Yeah. I have that bookmarked, by the way. Because I didn't even know it existed. And you guys did the fetish one, which was amazing, and it made me feel a little less weird. And then you guys, you do shows that are, what's the word? You do a topical? I don't think is the word. You guys do shows that matter? That's the word.
We do shows that about things that people maybe are afraid to talk about, and we start the difficult conversations.
Yes.
So that people go, oh, like, we make it easy for people to talk about and start the conversations and then carry it on.
And you do it like completely judgment freely, to where people feel like they can comment. Almost like that show Sex Talk with Dr. Sue. Do you remember that?
Yes.
That's what I think
happened to her. I loved her.
She actually writes books now. I'm a big fan of Dr. Sue. And,
she's awesome.
Very, very, yeah, it was weird because I was like 8 and I found that show and I was like, oh, I don't know what sex is, but this seems right. And I just watched it and I learned a lot of things, and it really helps when you're a teenager and you already know everything everyone's trying to figure out. Yeah, but it's you do Grit and Grace. I know CJ does Raw and Real, but I've seen you when you make. I think it's an honor to have you on, but I've seen you make appearances. What is like your number one message that you try and get out in every single guest spot that you do? What is the number one thing you tell everyone?
That you need to find your voice and share it. Because someone is, and it sounds cliche and it sounds cheesy, but someone's waiting to hear from you. And it may not be even what you're saying. It's the way you're saying it. because everybody can say, two people can say the same thing, but they have a different way of saying it, and you're going to get one and you're not, and not get the other. So you're going to get that vibe, and it's not only beneficial for other people, it's beneficial for you. There's so many people that started a podcast because they were so lost and didn't have anybody to talk to, so they just talked. Look, your voice is an energy that lives inside of you, and it has to come out. So you're either speaking it, or it's voices in your head, or you're somebody that talks to yourself. That's an energy that needs to be expressed somehow. And I also talk to myself regularly. And I think I forget that I'm doing that. And I do that when I'm out shopping. And then all of a sudden I'll stop myself and I'll go, oh, there was somebody there. I wonder, was I talking? I don't know if I'm talking, because I just do it all the time. So, I don't know. I may have said something that I probably shouldn't have said. But that's just, we need to express ourselves. We need to. And if you don't speak and you don't have anybody to talk to, then it builds up in your head. So that voice is living in you and it's coming out somehow. People who don't feel that they can express who they are, it shows up in your body in other ways. You feel heavy, you feel pain, you feel like we need to express ourselves. We need to put our voices out there.
You sound like a life coach.
A lot of personal experience.
Have you noticed there's like, it seems like life coaches are coming out of the woodwork nowadays. Have you noticed that? Everybody's a life coach and they're teaching you. And what's weird is these kids are like 25, like my age, and they're like, oh, let me coach you on life. And it's kind of, I don't know, yeah. Were you a 25-year-old life coach? Is that what you did? No.
No, I was 40.
You're not 40 now. Lies.
I am.
Lies.
I've been in this for almost 9 years, so.
Well, maybe you started when you were 14.
I'm a lot older than 40.
No, that's awesome, though. Being a life coach, I know that podcasting is your calling, and I know that like coaching people is clearly your calling, but why life coaching? It seems so messy. Life is so messy.
Well, that has always been a part of my life. I've been a fan of Tony Robbins since I was 12 and watching those late night infomercials. I did coaching through one of Tony Robbins' coach training things after I did my initial coaching certification. I have always been a fan of that, interested in human behavior and psychology. And I did want to go to school for psychology, but I hate school so bad. So it just wasn't going to work. And so, probably about 9 years ago, my whole career had been in law, and but I was so unhappy with what I was doing, and I just felt so stuck. And it was so, God forbid you quit your job, because you should be grateful you have a job. Doesn't matter like how dead you feel inside. And so I just kept thinking, God, I just don't want to be here anymore. Like, I need to do more. Like a monkey could do my job. Like, I need challenge. I need to do more. I'm meant to do more. And that's all I thought about. One morning I woke up and I couldn't stand or walk without being in major agony. And I was like, oh my God, what is going on? I went on disability and I was on my back for 4 months. I had to lay on the bathroom counter to brush my teeth. I could not stand. Like, I couldn't do anything. And so life just like slammed me down, and I had time to read, think about what I wanted to do. Am I going to be like this the rest of my life? What the fuck do I do now?
Yeah, right? I can only imagine.
I had a 7-year-old son. So I just started thinking about that. I just started going through my life. What did I love? What were the things I loved doing? What did I stop doing? I just started going back through my life. And then I remembered somebody I'd run into, like, I don't know, 5-6 years before. She had just come back from coach certification. Had no clue what a life coach was. Never heard of it. So I Googled it one day. Oh my God, this whole new world opened up. I was like, that's it. That's it. So I signed up. I did some research on schooling. I signed up. I was ready to go, and I thought I'll go back to my job when I'm better. And when I'm done my schooling, I'll quit my job. Well, I went back to work for a month. In the meantime, changes were happening. The company was sold at the end of the month on a Friday. At the end of the day, I got called into my boss's office telling me, thank you so much, but we're really sorry. It's sold. Your job no longer exists. No hard feelings. That was it. I was like, oh my God, I'm free.
Right? Oh, well, that's a great way to look at it.
Oh, I was inside, and he was being all, I'm so sorry. And inside, I'm going, oh my God, I'm so excited. It's Friday. It's the weekend. I don't have to come back. It was like, this is freaking awesome. And I next chapter started. Like, my schooling was started. I was done my job. And yeah, so it was awesome. And that was the turning point for that. And a whole new world. And yeah, over the years, I see more and more coaches come about, more and more. Here, I can certify you in 6 weeks. I don't even have training.
I don't need training.
Like, I don't know, I'll just like talk to you or
give
something.
You a hug.
Like, yeah. So, we learn real strategies, real proven things, and doing Tony Robbins coach training as well was huge benefit to me. So I use a lot of that with people. I don't coach a lot now because it's just podcasting over my life. This broadcasting has just become the thing for me. But I use a lot of my coaching in that because people are hesitant. People are fearful in starting a podcast. They're perfectionists in it. So I'm there to I believe in you, and I see this message, and don't you see this? And so I use a lot of that. It's in a different medium now.
Huh. From life coach to podcast coach. That's crazy. You were in bed for a month. You had to lay on a couch.
4 months.
4
months.
How?
Yeah.
And that was just due to misery? Is that what you're telling me? Like, because I think I feel like that sometimes.
Once I started figuring out what I wanted to do, I got better. And you definitely, when you don't, and I would speak my mind at that job, and I would get slammed down for it. And so I had to not use my voice. I had to not speak. I had to I couldn't be who I was. That is like soul killing to me. And I had a medical issue with my back, but I definitely, I think the universe was going, okay, you're not happy. You ain't making that decision. We will create some shit in you, and we'll make you have to leave your job.
Oh, I love it. I love the universe sometimes. It does you right, even if it feels like it's doing you wrong. I just wanted to make sure you weren't like, my back hurts, because I was going to call Canadian Disability and say, you need to check this case from years ago where this woman's back hurt. I was just gonna snitch on you. That was my whole.
No, I definitely had a bulging disc situation and all of that. Oh my God, it was so freaking painful. It went from my back all the way down to my baby toe on one leg. It was excruciating.
Worse than tooth pain?
Oh, yeah.
I can't.
As long as I was laying down, I was okay. If I was sitting up and then standing was even worse. But it took another whole year to get better after that. But yeah, it's definitely, you get, if you're thinking about something, if you keep thinking about something, that's a message. Pay attention to it. I didn't pay attention, and life will slap you upside the head and go, this is why you're here. You need to at least try it and see. And that thing you start doing, maybe podcasting, because a lot of people don't know. Some people get into it, and then after 6 months or a year, they're like, this really isn't for me. And that's fine, but you've tried it. But that podcasting might lead to something else. It might lead to that thing that you want to do, but that was the stepping stone to get there, for somebody else to find you. Or, you know, maybe you get into podcasting and, you know, like for you and I, you know, with the audio dramas that are coming out, and that's a big thing that Mile High Radio is promoting, is these audio dramas. Another creative way. It's, you know, again, seeing what was going on out there and the creativity that was happening. What if somebody started podcasting and then, they got an opportunity to have a part in an audio drama? And what if that became their thing? And what if they became like a reader for Audible books? And what if they became a voiceover person? They didn't have a podcast, but the podcasting led them to that.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, I'm doing like small voiceovers and stuff, things I've always thought about, because I always thought about being a talk show host. I would watch I would watch Oprah over and over and over, and I would watch Jerry, and I love Jerry because I just thought that he had the best job ever.
Yeah,
I love Maury, and I would watch this stuff, and I'm like, that's what I got to do. I got to get in front of. But then as I got older, I kind of was like, no, I wanted to be the cool director behind the camera, you know, with the beret and be all weird. But it kept growing. The thought kept growing. And then it was almost like, if you don't do this, your head's gonna explode. And I mean, maybe it's why I get migraines, because I wasn't pursuing what I wanted to do. And I would always try and say, no, I'm not the star. And everything, and not even like a star in the sense of red carpet gala, just, you need your own show. You should have your own show. And I would hear it from everyone. I'd be like, no, I'm more behind the camera. And you're right. It is a message, and it keeps coming, and it crawls into your head, and then like a little worm and a tapeworm, and it eats all the brains inside of you until you listen. And then when you listen, it like frees you up, man. Frees you up.
Yeah, and then look at all the opportunities that come at you.
Yeah, insane ones that I'm not even qualified for. And I ask these people, are you sure? Me, of all people, you know, and they say, yeah, and it's weird. Like, it's just weird. It's weird to be happy. You know what I mean? It's weird to be happy. Because usually you're so boggled down with 9-to-5 life and hating yourself that when you find something you love to do, and it's awesome. And I think it's awesome that you help people do that. You're freaking awesome, man. You're freaking awesome. Just so you know, you're a hero.
When you love what you do, it's just so easy. Like, I could just talk about it all the time. And I've got my podcasting Bible that I read, my big thick book, and I read stats and reports, and like, I just love it. But I like both sides of it. I like hosting, but I also like reading that stuff, and I like brainstorming about it, and I like working with hosts, and I'm so grateful that I have the opportunity to be on both sides. Like, brainstorming, like, just, I'm like a little kid. I'm so excited. That's my favorite thing. I could talk business, and the brainstorming, like.
This is why we call you the mother. This is why we call you the matron. Because a good mother knows how to raise their kids on both sides, the creative side and the business side. You know, you take care of the kids and you take care of the business. And it boggles my mind, because I can't imagine enjoying reading. No, I'm kidding. But I can't imagine, you know, I'm not into that. So to see someone, you're so well-rounded and you're so knowledgeable, and it's like, holy crap, one day I'll be as smart as Lynn, and I'll, you know, it's true. I mean, you don't
know what? I learn from the other beauty thing is I learn so much from you guys, because there's people that have done different things than me. Like, all the hosts, you and all of them, you know, there's different things that you do, and I get inspired by all of you. That's why I like working with all these different hosts, because they will come up with an idea too, or they do something different, and I think, that's pretty cool. That might work for another host I know. And we'll like maybe incorporate that. And so, I mean, that's the beauty of it, as I'm consistently inspired.
Are you?
Oh, frick yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's like it's so awesome to see someone say, you know what, I'm gonna teach you. And it's it's cliche. They think that I think I'm teaching them, but really they're teaching me. And it's true, but you're like you ever see Freedom Riders? There's a movie, I think it's Julia Roberts.
No, I wanted to, but I didn't. No.
It's been out for like 30 years.
Yeah. There's so many movies I want to see. I just saw The Godfather at Christmas. I mean, holy hell.
For the first time? Like Marlon Brando.
Yes, the original, 1972. And part of it is because it's so damn long. I don't like to sit that long. I am just like,
Did you enjoy it?
oh, I loved it.
Did you see part 2 yet?
No, part 2 was right after it. And I'm like, I cannot sit for another 4.5 hours.
Oh my gosh. I can't believe you just, shame on you. You just,
Oh, I can't.
you
I
gotta keep
can't
that to
sit for
yourself.
long. I'm just like, go, go, go. Like I can't sit for long. There's always something that I want to do or an idea that I have, and I have to, like, I just can't sit that long. But Christmas, I'm good at like downtime and just like having a day where I don't get out of my pajamas and no social media, and I just like eat food all day and I don't care what it is and drink coffee and chocolate for breakfast, whatever, like chips and dip and
I do that every day.
whatever.
I just indulge myself.
So it's watch movies day. So I'm like, The Godfather just started. I'm like, oh my God, we need to watch The Godfather. I've seen like bits and pieces. I'm like, okay, let's watch this movie. And it's like, I'm looking at the clock going, oh my God, is this thing almost over? Even though I was liking it, but I'm thinking, my brain is thinking about other things. Like I was chomping at the bit for like the holidays to be over. Can we like get back to work? Like I need to get back to this. Yeah, that was me.
No.
Like I couldn't wait. Like I was like with CJ or Bobby, the owner of Mile High. I'm like, can we like have a business meeting or something? Like, can we talk about things?
Sit down.
Like I was just like crazy to get back at it. Like withdrawals. Like, so there you go. That is my
You have problems.
that is my world. Like I love it. Love it. Love it.
I'm still getting over the whole I just saw The Godfather for that drive. It's my dad's favorite movie, so we see it once a month. When we were growing up, we saw it almost every. Yeah, me and my sister can pretty much recite all the lines. So to think that there's someone out there who's never seen The Godfather, I feel like I got robbed because I had to watch it so many times. You are so lucky that you've only seen it once.
I've always wanted to see all of it, but there was always like, I don't have that big a chunk of time in my life to devote to that movie. And then it was like part 2 after, and it was like, oh God.
Maybe next Christmas you can do that one.
That's what I thought. Maybe next Christmas, or it'll come on again sometime, like late at night, and I'll just like watch it.
I have a DVD box set. I have a VHS box set, a Blu-ray box set. I have like 3 different. If you'd like to borrow it, please get that shit out of my house. Please get them all out. I am so sick of The Godfather. You have no idea.
Holy shit!
Yeah, man.
Awesome.
No, mobsters are no joke around this house. So what is the future for Lynn looking like? I mean, I know that you're taking over the world slowly and surely. What's your next
that I am.
You've already gotten Canada. You've gotten Canada, you've gotten the United States. Where are we going next?
Well, I'm going to be more in the United States.
Yeah.
Is definitely the plan. Mile High is expanding big time to where there will be like an actual physical coolest fucking hangout you've ever seen for podcasters.
Shit, man.
I want to be there in person among them for the teaching and the collaborating and the
I feel like I'm gonna have to go to school or something. Oh man.
We'll be teaching like remotely, so you can just tune in via Zoom. But so definitely there's gonna be I'm gonna be in the States more. CJ and I are hoping to do a road tour of Grit and Grace this summer.
I want tickets.
That was
I
our
wanna go.
plan. So we haven't quite figured out where exactly. Obviously, we can't hit all the states, but we'd like to do that and broadcast every day. I can,
Come to Florida. We need you here more than ever.
I think Mile High is going to have an opportunity to go down Florida.
Come on down. I got space.
So we got two different things going on. So that's what's happening is just getting out. We really want to like meet the people that watch us in person, and Mile High is really expanding. We want to get into the Latino market. So that's what will be.
Andale.
There's a lot of things in the works, but the physical location is really what I'm excited about. Hangout. So yeah, learning more, getting more into it. What's coming out? Trying to. I really like to try and what's the word? Not predict, but I like to. I want to see what's coming. Like if I can see what's down the road, what things are going to start to be popular or some things that are going to come about. That's what I want to do.
You know, Spanish people have been around forever, right?
Oh, yeah. But you know what? They need somebody to give them a voice, to give them the platform to do and promote and highlight them.
I'm not saying that if you're watching and you speak Spanish, you need to get your shit together and start a podcast, but it sounds to me like if you're watching and you speak Spanish, you need to get your shit together and start a podcast, because she just told you what she was looking for, and I didn't even know she was going to do that. Get your shit together, because Mile High, it's not just, hosts. It's not just Lynn putting her foot in our butts. We all know each other. We all like each other. We all help each other. And actually, if it wasn't for some of the people in Mile High, none of this would exist. And that's what you guys don't understand. When you find a network of people who truly, truly love to do podcasting, they will do everything they can that involves podcasting. So if I were you and you were looking to start a podcast and you have no idea where to start, I would get that PDF from Lynn. If I spoke Spanish, I would do my shit in Spanish. You know what? I'm going to learn Spanish because you probably aren't going to do your shit. So how about that? So either beat me to
That's
it
right.
or get it done.
Yeah. Yeah. If you speak Spanish and you want to start, get in touch with me, because it's going to be a brand new station. It's going to be a brand new station.
Emerging market.
It's going to be a sister station. Yeah.
Do you hear this?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll air this earlier than it's supposed to be. Give some people some time to get their lives together.
So if they want to do that, absolutely get in touch. It'll be music and talk yeah.
I know that I live in South Florida, which is basically the first stop that most Spanish people make on their road to America. They just run into Miami and then they kind of migrate up here. And I know that one of you morons watching this that went to high school with me has hit me up and said, Ashley, I want to start a podcast. And I said, bro, do it in Spanish. So look me in the eye right now. Do it now, because you have what so many people want, an opportunity. And that's what my high is. It's like, it's an opportunity. So many people, when I think of all the hosts like Dave and Blaine and CJ and Lynn and
Sandwich and
so many, they work so hard. Like, you guys don't know how hard some of these. Dave is probably going to end up in a hospital needing fluids because of Tangent City. Like, I have never seen someone work so hard. Appalachian Pie.
I know that guy.
Like, you have the opportunity now, and she is telling. This is her. The woman is telling.
I know I'm leaking this like really early. I probably shouldn't be, but we're pretty excited about it. But we want to, like I said, we want to lower the barrier and make it easy for people. And I've podcasted independently. It can be pretty lonely.
It's very.
Or you can be with a bunch of people who are so dedicated to this craft, because it's a fucking craft.
Yep.
And you can learn it as you go. So no excuses. We are there to help. We are there to promote. We got your back. You will evolve. It will change, right, Ashley? Like you've changed since you started.
I started
Guaranteed.
podcasting in July. Literally July. And I not evolved. I mean, I'm a whole different person from my first show. Like everything is, there's going to be commercials. And not only commercial, it's a talk show. I've created, and it wasn't just me. It was everyone she's talking about, everyone we've mentioned. They've all played some sort of part in this, whether it's a voice or an idea or something. But it's just like, yeah, you're right. Evolve is not even the word. I am beating humans at this point when it comes to evolution. All right, and Tangent City. It's just a thing. It started out as an idea, and now it's a really good show. I mean, Tangent City's awesome. You guys should check it out. We always shout out Tangent City because it's everybody's favorite. Nobody wants to say it out loud, but it's everybody's favorite show.
And I mean, it's going to change. So don't let the fear of that you don't have the perfect idea, because it's going to change. I mean, even as long as CJ and I have been doing this, it has evolved from the time that we started, because you don't necessarily know. You have an idea of who your audience is. You can somewhat predict who you think you're going to be talking to, but it can really surprise you. Like some of our like hardcore fans, I never would have imagined would be hardcore fans.
I have that problem. And it's kind of like, how are you a fan? do you see what's happening?
So you see how people connect to that thing within you. And as long as you are real, you're honest, don't put on a show, don't put on a mask, be who you are, people will get that and the right people will come. It will blow your mind at the people that follow you, and it's you that they follow. Because we keep going back to watching like Oprah and Jimmy Fallon and all those people. We watch them because of the host. And if we liked the guest, that was a bonus.
Exactly.
So that's be who you are, and the right audience will come and engage. And that's what you want.
Do you hear this wisdom? Sorry.
So that market is a market that we are excited to get into, and we want to be able to raise that voice. That voice, the Latino voice, needs to be elevated. Not only because the music is fucking awesome, that Bobby and I both love.
Amazing. Despacito is my jams still.
Oh my God, on repeat. But it's going to be that. It's because that music and those and that culture and that they're under represented.
Very much.
So in podcasting, especially in podcasting, very much underrepresented.
You hear this?
So.
People? Opportunity knocking. Do it up. On delay, right? That's how we say it.
Do it up. Arriba.
Yeah, is that good enough for me to get on the Hispanic market? That'll be my whole show, just me saying on delay.
Just keep saying that over and over.
Hours and hours, man. Hours. That would be awesome. I think people will listen. I'm already into it. Lynn, I can't
put some good music behind there.
It's been wonderful. It's always wonderful to talk to you. And you have obviously given some wisdom. You've given an opportunity. And you're making dreams come true even when you don't mean to. That's awesome. And it rhymes.
That's what it's about. Hit me up for the PDF.
Yeah, I will. She's talking to everybody else. Yeah, no doubt.
You too.
I'll hit you up for the PDF. I didn't even know you had a PDF. What else do you have? Do you have anything else? You have a JPEG?
Oh, I got lots.
Do you have books?
I got lots.
Books, but I can imagine there's probably a million more books than what's behind you.
Oh, yeah.
Books.
Yeah.
You have your thinking face on. You have this face that always looks like you're cooking up like a really good idea. And I always wonder what you're thinking, but then I'm kind of afraid to ask.
Because I'm always thinking. I'm always thinking.
Yeah,
what
always.
can we do? What can we do? What can we do? And because I'm always looking out for people, I'm always connecting people, and I reach out to people and I think, hey, this would be good and that would be good. So that's when I'm kind of thinking, I get a certain vibe, and I just throw things out to people. Hey, I thought about this. What do you think? Oh my God! Or it may not be the thing, but it got the wheels turning, and they come to what it is they've been thinking about. So I love that. I love that.
That is awesome. You are awesome, in case nobody's told you today. And you are awesome, and you are awesome, and that should carry you through the rest of the week, I believe. What is it, Monday? So there's times
Is it
that might
Monday?
be.
Yeah, it's Monday.
It's one of these days. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Your show is awesome. Thank you for coming on board, and thank you for contributing. And I'm going to be sharing a lot more valuable stuff. And that's the benefit of being part of the Mile High family. I'm going to be sharing a lot more good resources and stuff. So.
Can't she sell it? Don't you want someone like this in your corner to sell you? She's like a debonair.
Oh my
She's the best
God. You
salesperson.
should write my bio.
I write great bios. I really do. Lynn,
You
you
and
are
Dave.
fantastic, as you know, and as I've said many times. People, listen to me, look at me. Pay attention to this. This is the first episode of season 3. Who's this? And it is by far, if this is the first episode, you can only imagine what's coming, because the bar has clearly been set high. You know that I'm gonna bring it to you every week. You know I'm gonna bring you a guest every week, but you didn't know that I was gonna bring you opportunities every week. Hell, I didn't know that. But listen, I didn't. Listen, get your shit. If you are afraid to start a podcast, stop it. Stop it. Stop being afraid. We were all afraid. I got news for you. I'm afraid right now. Terrified. But guess what? We do it, and we do it because we love it. And if you love it and you want to do it, and it is sitting in your brain and saying, start a podcast, freaking start it. I don't care if you start on Anchor FM or if you start shouting to the rooftops with a microphone in your hand, but start, because clearly there are avenues like Mile High that will want to hear you. And Mile High might not be your fit, but Jesus Christ, there's so many other networks. You have no idea. So just get involved. If you need anything, don't call me. Hit up Lynn. I'll drop all her stuff, because I can't help you as well as she. She knows her shit. I know how to talk.
I'll help.
She'll help. Look at her face, man. She's like, oh yeah, I'll help you. Lynn will have you. Next thing you know, you're doing TED Talks for some reason. I feel like she knows somebody at the TED guy. She knows Ted himself. Told you. And
no, but I can connect you.
See this? Get in your car and drive to Podcast Highway and take a left at Mile High. Now, Mile High Radio plays, if I'm not mistaken, 24/7.
Just about. Just about, yeah.
Between my shows, because it's never quite an hour. But yeah, Mile High plays at 24/7. MileHighRadio.com. It is the place where you can hear the most diverse podcast network of all. Of all the networks I've seen, this is the most diverse, because you get people like me who just bring on awesome guests. You got Raw and Real, where CJ just goes and talks about whatever he wants. You have Tangent City, which is an audio drama. You have Revelations. You have Cole Sports, and that's just a Saturday lineup. You have I9 Sports also, right? That's a part of it. Is it I9?
I-95, yeah,
I-95.
Sports Network.
Yeah.
So it runs up the East Coast.
Oh. Huh. That makes more sense.
I-95.
I didn't think about that. Look at that. And you can just hear so many good shows. You can hear good music. You can hear all that stuff that you miss in your life. And of course, you can hear the beauty of podcasting, because it's all done so freaking well. Hand produced by people like you. So get your ass off this show right now and go to Audacity and download it, grab a microphone, and start talking. Lynn, is there anything else you'd like to say to people?
Preach,
Get on my
sister.
soapboxes.
Yeah, actually, there is one other thing. We're always on the lookout to highlight indie bands, indie musicians. You've got some music that you produce and you want some airplay? Get in touch. We'll play your music. We'll promote you. You know, a lot of them will self-produce like their own CD, and they're out. Hey, if you want us to, get in touch with me, and we'll play it on the station. Always. Sure.
Really? I'm gonna come out with a
Gotta hear it.
Now. I'm gonna just.
But indie musicians. If you want for some promotion, that's it. You know what? Don't hesitate. You have one freaking life. If you've been thinking about it, try it. It doesn't work, stop it. Like there will come a day where you're going to be so freaking, you're going to go, shit. Like, I didn't do this and I didn't do that. Because at the end of your life, you're going to wish you had. So sell your stuff, travel light, do that stuff you want to do, start that podcast, talk to people, connect. Just do it. Just do it. Yeah.
I like it. Now, I don't know how to end the show because I never know how to end a show. So here's what I'm going to do.
Oh, we should talk.
Yeah. I don't know how to end a show ever because I always want to just keep it going forever and ever. But I do
I know, right?
Orange glazed chicken, which is something my aunt has cooked. Yeah, right? She's here. Okay, so my aunt's here, and she's cooking every night. Homemade. Yesterday, she made, like, shrimp parmesan. Dude, I'm telling you, like, she made an apple pie. She makes all this food. I don't cook. I use microwaves. So my aunt is here cooking. And not only did she cook, she did laundry.
Oh shit.
Yeah. You need to get you someone like that in your life.
What fucking spa are you staying at? That is like...
Listen, man, I don't care what anyone says. I am having, like, a great time right now, and I have somebody cooking freaking orange glazed chicken.
Oh, I haven't had that in years.
I don't think I've ever had it unless I was at a restaurant.
Oh.
And I definitely wouldn't cook it. I like bread.
Oh, I wouldn't cook it either.
Like, I'm not
I hate cooking. God, I hate cooking.
I like to bake. And I like to cook when I start.
Yeah!
But, like, cooking sucks, like...
It sucks big time. You spend so much time for 10 minutes of inhalation. And then you've got a mess.
And then
at least baking, you've got you've got like some evidence of your effort for a couple days at least.
Yeah, I think baking is more.
Cooking is so like, ugh, I hate it.
And then you have to clean. The worst part is the freaking dishes because I hate doing dishes.
Yeah.
I hate doing laundry and I hate doing dishes. My aunt is here right now and she's helping the hell out of me because I don't have to do laundry or dishes and all I have to do is focus on my show. Oh man, if you guys ever need someone, I'll rent her out to you for a hefty price.
Man, you are lucky.
No, I'm very lucky. All right, guys. Well,
wow.
I do have to go eat that delicious chicken because it sounds.
Okay.
It's been a pleasure.
I loved it. Thank you. Thank you. This was good.
All right, guys. Say bye, Lynn. Say bye to everybody. Bye.
See you, folks.
Are you going to college? Do you need SAT, ACT prep? Did you know 3 in 1,000 full-time college students receive a full ride? Register your child for College Mode to get them prepared for their full ride to college. Visit us online at collegemodeacademy.com or join our Facebook group, Get Scholar Dollars, or call us at 972-891-9413 for exclusive information.